The subtle power of questions. Words are powerful, but questions carry an even deeper influence. Questions have the ability to shift the direction of a conversation, to make you open up parts of yourself you hadn't planned to share, and to plant thoughts in your mind that weren't there before. This is why manipulators love to use questions. Unlike direct commands, questions don't feel aggressive. They sound innocent, curious, even caring. But beneath the surface, they often carry hidden motives. Think about it. How many times have you walked away from a conversation feeling unsettled, confused, or doubting yourself, not because of what someone told you, but because of the questions they asked? A well-placed question can be more powerful than 100 statements. That's why the spiritually aware person learns to listen beyond the words. The spiritually awake person knows that not every question deserves an answer. Some questions are designed to empower you. They invite growth, reflection, and clarity. But others are traps. They are carefully constructed to create doubt, to undermine your confidence, and to keep you questioning your worth. Manipulative people rely on these questions because they know that if they can get into your mind, they don't have to control your body. You'll begin to limit yourself. This is why spiritual awakening is so essential. The more awake you are, the more clearly you can see these patterns for what they are. You start to notice that certain people in your life always seem to ask the same kind of questions. Questions that don't help you grow, but instead leave you feeling small, weak, or dependent. When you learn to see this, everything changes. You stop walking blindly into the traps they set for you. You stop allowing their words to dictate how you feel about yourself. Instead, you begin to ask your own questions. Why are they asking me this? What do they hope to gain? Is this question for my growth, or is it for their control? Awareness is your greatest shield. The moment you realize that not all questions come from love, you stop giving your energy to those who use curiosity as a mask for control. You stop feeling obligated to answer every question, because sometimes the most powerful response is silence. The hidden intentions behind manipulative questions. Manipulators know that if they attack you directly, you'll likely resist. So instead, they disguise control in the form of harmless curiosity. This is why their questions are often subtle, even polite on the surface. But if you listen carefully, you'll hear the hidden messages behind them. For example, when someone asks you, "Are you sure you can handle that?" It sounds like concern, but beneath it, the hidden intention is to plant doubt in your mind. They want you to second-guess yourself, to wonder if you're really strong enough. Another example is when they say, "Why would you do it that way?" It sounds like a simple question, but the intention is to make you feel like your choices are wrong, like you're incapable of making wise decisions without their input. Then there's the classic, "Don't you think you're overreacting?" This is one of the most manipulative questions of all, because it doesn't just challenge your actions, it challenges your feelings. It's designed to make you dismiss your own emotions, to feel like you can't trust your instincts. And once you no longer trust yourself, you become much easier to control. Each of these questions carries an unspoken message. You're not enough. You need me. You can't trust yourself. And if you don't see through it, you may begin to internalize these lies. That's the manipulator's goal. They don't need to convince the whole world of your weakness, just you. Because if you believe it, you'll live it. But here's the deeper truth. They ask these questions not because you are weak, but because they sense your strength. Your independence makes them nervous. Your confidence threatens their hold on you. Your light makes them uncomfortable because it exposes the darkness they carry within. So they ask questions that chip away at your spirit, hoping you'll dim yourself to make them feel secure. Awakening means learning to hear not just the question, but the intention behind it. It means pausing to ask yourself, does this question lead me to clarity, or does it lead me to confusion? Does it build me up, or does it tear me down? Once you start practicing this, you'll notice that the manipulative power of these questions begins to fade. What once trapped you now becomes obvious. You realize that the manipulation was never about you. It was about their fear of losing control. And when you see that clearly, you take your power back, standing strong in your awareness. Now that you understand how manipulators use questions, the next step is learning how to respond. And here's the key. Not every question deserves an answer. Not every attempt to make you doubt yourself deserves your energy. You have the right to choose when and how you respond. That is where your power lies. The most powerful response is not always to argue, defend, or explain yourself. In fact, those reactions often give manipulators exactly what they want: your attention, your energy, and your emotional investment. Instead, the strongest response is awareness. When you see the trap, you no longer need to fall into it. Sometimes that means answering with confidence. Yes, I can handle it. Other times it means redirecting the conversation. That's not something I need to explain. And often it means simply staying silent. Silence itself is a powerful answer. It communicates that you are not available for games, that you will not hand over your power, and that you are rooted in your own truth. Spiritual awakening teaches you discernment. It gives you the clarity to know which questions come from love and which come from manipulation. It gives you the strength to stand firm, even when others try to make you waver. And it gives you the peace of knowing that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. The reality is this: manipulative questions lose their power the moment you stop doubting yourself. Once you know who you are, no amount of suggestion, no cleverly phrased question, no attempt at control can shake you. You become unshakable because you are no longer playing their game. You are living your truth. So the next time someone asks you one of these questions, pause. Don't rush to respond. Don't fall into the trap. Instead, breathe and remember, this is not about me, it's about them. And then choose your response from a place of strength. That choice is freedom. That choice is power. And that choice is the essence of awakening, living in truth, untouched by manipulation, grounded in the strength of your soul. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want you to pause and reflect on the power of what you've just learned. Manipulation doesn't always arrive like a storm, loud and obvious. Sometimes it slips in quietly, dressed as concern, curiosity, or care. Sometimes it's not the harsh words that unsettle you, but the subtle questions that leave you doubting yourself. Questions like, are you sure you can do this? Or, don't you think you're overreacting? On the surface, they sound harmless, but beneath the surface, they are carefully designed to chip away at your confidence. And yet, here you are, awake enough to see through the illusion, awake enough to realize that not every question is asked to seek truth. Some are asked to trap you. Some are asked to confuse you. Some are asked to make you hand over your power. But the moment you awaken to this truth, the trap loses its hold. You are no longer a puppet of someone else's game. You are the author of your own story. This is what spiritual awakening is all about. It's not about changing other people. It's about seeing clearly. It's about recognizing the hidden motives in words and reclaiming the authority over your own mind. Because here's the truth. You don't owe anyone the keys to your inner world. You don't owe anyone answers that compromise your peace. And you certainly don't owe manipulators the satisfaction of watching you doubt yourself. Awareness is your shield. Once you are aware, you can no longer be fooled. Once you see the game, you cannot unsee it. Their questions may still come, but they will no longer control you. You'll begin to hear the unspoken words behind them. You'll recognize when a question is not about understanding you, but about controlling you. And instead of reacting with fear or confusion, you'll respond with strength, confidence, and clarity. Sometimes that response will be a firm swear. Sometimes it will be redirection. And sometimes it will be silence. And let me tell you, silence can be one of the most powerful answers you ever give. Silence says, I will not step into your trap. I will not hand you my peace. I am strong enough to stand in my truth without defending it to you. And that's the lesson I want to leave with you. Your worth is not found in answering every question. Your value is not up for debate. Your truth does not need defending. When you awaken to this reality, you discover a level of freedom most people never experience. You realize that no manipulative question, no clever tactic, and no hidden agenda can touch you when you stand rooted in self-awareness. This is not about arrogance. It's not about proving you're right. It's about knowing who you are so deeply that no one else's words can shake you. When you carry that awareness, life changes. You stop giving energy to the people who drain you. You stop seeking approval from those who only want to control you. You stop doubting yourself because someone else asked a loaded question. Instead, you begin to walk in peace, in clarity, and in freedom. So the next time someone asks you one of those 5 manipulative questions, I want you to remember this moment. Pause, breathe, and remind yourself, this is not about me. This is about their fear. Their question is a reflection of their insecurity, not a reflection of my truth. And then respond or don't respond from a place of strength, because your power is not in the answer you give them. Your power is in the awareness you carry. You are not here to live as a prisoner of someone else's insecurities. You are not here to shrink every time someone throws a manipulative question your way. You are here to rise. You are here to shine. You are here to walk boldly in your truth, no matter who tries to make you doubt it. And that's the beauty of awakening. Once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you claim your power, you cannot return to chains. Once you recognize manipulation for what it is, you can never again confuse it with love. You are free. You are powerful. And you are unstoppable when you live from awareness. So walk forward with your head held high, your heart open, and your spirit unshaken. The questions will come, the manipulations may try again, but you are no longer the same. You are stronger, wiser, and awake. And when you are awake, nothing and no one can dim your light. This is your moment. Claim it, live it, and never again let the hidden intentions of others make you forget who you truly are.